traveling. This is my 15th country and I've done most of it solo. Yeah, dating's gonna be hell for you. It's harder for you to find like an equally yoked partner because they're going to hate you. Very disappointing in the same breath.
Like, we know that already, but to hear it like that, they're using y'all as a financial strategy to save money and to have extra money to spend on other women.
These are the type of men that either be gay or lames.
I get backlash from my own people because I mostly like Hispanic men. I'm not understanding how if it's your preference to date a Hispanic man, you should be allowed to. Just like if it's their preference to date a white man, if it's their preference to date a black woman, or it's their preference to date a white woman. That's what people like to date. That's them, okay? So if my preference is dating Hispanic men, like I will date whoever. I won't care if they're rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I will date whoever. But if my preference is Hispanic men, how are you mad at that? Like my own people. Black people is mad because I'm freaking dating Hispanic men. Make that make sense. Make it make sense.
That's wild. Yeah, she's right. You are right. You should be able to date whoever you want. I feel the same way about women and the same way about men. Men should be able to date and dip into any society they want. They should be able to dip the chocolate into whatever, however you want to see it, right? Into a white donut, right? And make it a brown donut and have some brown donut babies. Or same thing with a white woman. He should be able to dip his white star flower into a black donut hole and make a black star flower babies. That's your right as a human being. I say that's not right. That is taken away from you. And yes, preach on, sister. I say the same thing all the time.
I had the most interesting conversation with a girl that I met in Nicaragua. To set the scene, we are on a chicken bus heading to hike and sandboard down an active volcano. And also, we're the only black people on this excursion, so duh. We linked up naturally and like, are we doing this together? We're like, absolutely. So we're talking, we're shooting this, getting to know each other, and I come to learn to discover she has traveled to 42 countries, all of them by herself. And she's also like 32, like very young, in her early 30s.
Over 27, unmarried, female. What do you call this lady? 剩女, which means leftover women.
And she brought up the conversation because I'm telling her, you know, I'm just now getting into traveling. This is my 15th country and I've done most of it solo. And one of her questions that we got into is like, so how has dating been for you since you've started traveling? Have you noticed like a difference? And I just said, no way you're bringing this up right now. Like, no way you're bringing this up. I talk about this so much on my platform that I have noticed I get treated a lot more differently now with these men now that I have accrued as much travel experience as I have. And I'll never forget, and I'm also like learning to speak Spanish. And I had a guy who was straight up rude to my face about that too, which he tried to circle back literally a couple days ago, but that's neither here nor there. So we get to talking and like, obviously, like, yeah, dating as a black woman's already hell, but God forbid you gain worldly experience, it gets even harder.
I wonder why.
And she essentially is like confirming everything I have been experiencing. And she's like, yeah, dating's gonna be hell for you now that unfortunately you've seen the world. Like she's saying like it's a double-edged sword. Like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you're don't. She's experienced the same things of guys saying she has credit card debt or she must have a sugar daddy or somebody's funding the trip or she doesn't have a job, but she's like broke and that's how she's able to stay gone and have the time off. When meanwhile, she's like, I have a remote job, I can work anywhere and I have unlimited time off, which I also have. So like we can't have nice things apparently, I don't know. She goes on to say her current boyfriend that she has now, he loves that she's worldly traveled. He has told her straight up, like, I'm a homebody. You keep doing your thing. Keep going to see the world. And she has not stopped. Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder for you to find, like, an equally yoked partner because they're going to hate you.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
She said, especially if you date black men, like, it's going to be a problem for them. Like, and unless they have the same amount of either travel experience, like world travel experience, or have a curiosity to see the world, or they're not a hater, you're going to like be fighting for your life. Where the minute a guy finds out she's done XYZ, they try to break her down to the last leg. Like, it's actually really sad, which is what I have been experiencing. I don't know. It was just very, first off, reassuring to hear her say that, but also very disappointing in the same breath, because I'm like, is it all in my head? It's not in my head, but it is true. So if you are a Black woman, at least for me, I don't know, I have the worst luck with dating, but apparently it's hell. It's hell out here. With the more travel experience I get, I guess it's just gonna be harder. But I'm not gonna stop traveling. I've got 5 more countries to get to this year, so it's just crazy that this is like as if dating was not hard enough.
So this woman traveled to 15 countries and couldn't find love anywhere. It just shows nobody, like, why would a man, and then you want to go back home too, so you can't find a man outside. Then you want to go back home and date a Black man. Why is he to trust you? Men don't know what you're doing. What in the world are you doing in these other countries? I see all the time. You know what I see? You ladies get on TikTok and telling yourself. That's why men don't believe you. You get on TikTok and say, oh, I was trying to get in with this guy, and I was trying to get it in with that guy. And yes, you can say, oh, it's just women who travel to these places and just visit. But some women, that's what you're doing. You're just traveling and visiting these countries. You're most likely not living in most of them long term. Like me, I've been here in the Philippines my entire time. I traveled to other countries, but I'm mostly here in the Philippines. You want to keep dibbling and dabbling. So what else do you want to keep doing as you're dibbling and dabbling? You want to dibble and dabble with men too. We know that you ladies think just like us. But one thing, you know what I noticed? Is that they not like us. 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 You can't do it like the men do it. Men get love everywhere we go, and we come home, and we don't want to get with the ladies back home. That's the thing. We don't want to come back and get with you, who's well traveled, that's been around, getting with random guys. We know you're sampling. Stop lying.
Y'all remember James and Fuhad? They host the S&G podcast. They recently got canceled, mainly by Black women, but by a lot of Black men too. If you don't remember, these guys recently went on this guy, Andrew Schultz, his podcast, where Andrew began to make a whole bunch of disparaging, racist, terrible jokes about Black women, which is Andrew's shtick. That is what this man does. What made this one so terrible is that these guys who are Black men just sat there stupid-faced and let it happen. I don't really want to play the clip here. You can find it online. This is pretty much what these two guys were looking like the entire time Andrew Schultz was berating and disparaging Black women. They did come on and try and apologize. But how you can apologize for this sort of laughter, wide mouth, knee slapping sort of laughter, is beyond me. And apparently it was beyond a lot of people. Now, it's been a couple months since this happened, and I'm pretty sure these guys went on and continued with their show, and they're hoping at least that people had forgotten about what happened. But this man wouldn't hear of it. And with one line, don't let no white comedian talk about no Black woman, that's law. He has reinvigorated the anger. I'm sure James and Fuhad are hugging each other tightly, very sad somewhere, but good. Because if there's one person that you don't want to mention your name in a song in a negative way, especially this year, it's that boy Kendrick Lamar. Lamont. You understand? Like, in the biggest drop of the year, you were named again, and a wound that might have been closing, for you at least, has now been reopened. This makes me so happy.
I didn't even know about it. I don't pay attention to music, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Look, he doesn't see these what they do is wrong, and it's not right. Because I'll be honest with you, Kendrick's a part of the problem. The black fatigue that's going on right now in the community, Kendrick is a part of the problem. Yeah, he talks good off that stuff. Kendrick is a pokey. Kendrick is a pokey. Kendrick does drive-bys. Kendrick is down with the nonsense. And you got these men, you helping these men not get their money. They're laughing because a lot of what this guy's saying is true. It wasn't right. He shouldn't have been saying it. I probably would have said, "Hey, bro, like you're going too deep." But still, was he lying? I have to listen to the show now. I need to react to the show and see. I want to see what was done wrong. I think my next clip, not my next clip, but the next video I do, I'm gonna react to the show. I gotta see this.
Other video, like, why does he see more women make videos about like how single life is such a struggle and it's hard for them, and he doesn't see a lot of men making those types of videos? And in my opinion, there are more women looking to settle down, looking for something serious, and I feel like the majority of men are not looking for those type of things, which is why there's an imbalance in the dating pool. We have all these women like, I want my husband, I want to get married, I want to be a mom, I want to, lock it down. And then the men in the pool are like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm still trying to be outside. I want to date multiple people, or they're just looking to hook up. They want to have a situationship. So it's no balance. So you see a lot of women complaining that the men in the dating pool, they're not attracting the type of men that they're looking for because men are not looking for anything serious. That's just my opinion. And with that, because guys aren't looking for anything serious, they have tons of options. So why I'm not looking for anything serious, you are. I'm not going to change my ways to settle down with you when there's all these other women that I could pick from. So you're not seeing a lot of men complain about being single or dating sucks for them because they're actually having a good time being single because they're not looking to settle down. Most of them aren't, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Why do you think men are having more success in being single and dating than women are?
Men go through the turmoil. Men have gone through it our entire lives. So you would never understand the plight of a man. So you sitting here talking about men is so off when you're all smashing the small amount of men. You wait for the guy to approach you. That's not most men. I repeat, the guys that are approaching you or other women are not most men. They're a small percentile. So you want the small percentile of men that get whatever they want to settle? That's what you're asking for. By the time you ladies figure it out, all of the men you can actually get that say no to being second rate anymore is gone. You got some guys that still stay around, but most of us are out of here.
Like, we know that already, but to hear it like that they're using y'all as a financial strategy to save money and to have extra money to spend on other women.
Is it?
I think the reason why dating can be so difficult nowadays is because we listen to information like this. 50-50 is one of the most toxic conversations you can ever have because oftentimes it's more about what you can get instead of who you can get and what you can bring into each other's lives. In my personal opinion, I always felt that dating or wanting to get married was to make life easier for one another, to fall in love. Like, we constantly hear about what do you bring to the table? But in actuality, you should be saying, what can we bring to our table? Can you bring your bad? Can you bring your ugly? Can you bring your good? And can we look at each other and say, will we be able to be compatible and suitable for one another? And if not, we go our separate ways. Because I'm the kind of man, when I get married, I'm willing to do whatever it is for my wife, but only for the woman that is going to reciprocate. And to the ladies, if you have a man or your husband, you should be willing to do anything for him, but to a man or for a man who is going to reciprocate to you. See, the issue with dating is because we spend so much time on these dumb topics. We listen to people who are miserable and people that don't want to progress. Me, I'm all about solutions. If you want to be successful, stop keeping score. We are all adults. We are supposed to be capable people. Take care of our own responsibilities before we come together. Call me old school. I have no problem providing for my woman. And if that woman loves you, she is going to do just as much for you. Because there are things that women can do for a man that a man can't do for himself, and there's things that men can do that women cannot do for themselves. We need each other.
Man, I hear what he's trying to push, but I'm not buying it.
So nowadays the dating scene is like a game. People love playing games. When you like someone and you show them, suddenly you're told, oh, you love bombing. Don't get me wrong, some people love bomb. But here's the thing. When some of us actually don't know how to hide it when we like you. We don't know how to hide it. Like, why should we hide it? Why should I hide the fact that I like you? Or why should you hide the fact that you like her or you like him? Because you see, when it comes to dating, in all honesty, it should never be that hard. Or even pursuing someone, it shouldn't be hard. I think I said this before, it shouldn't be hard. If you like her, tell her, show her. If you like him back, show him. This nonsense of, oh, if I show him, he's gonna go. If a man wants to go, he's gonna go. If a man wants to stay, he's gonna stay, regardless of what happens between you two. If he wants to go, he will go. If he wants to stay, he will stay. If it's only one thing that he wanted, he will put up a facade until he gets what he wants. But I digress. If you like someone, show them. You love them, show them. If your love language is gifting or acts of service, do it. Because at the end of the day, honestly, I wouldn't want anyone to fumble out or lose out on a good person just because you fear, what other people will think or what other people will say. Okay? Love them, show them. Like them, show them. Yeah. And this doesn't mean that if you like them and they're not reciprocating, that you need to continue just texting and calling and this and that. No. Mm-hmm. There's a fine line. There's a balance, okay? If you realize that you're the only one reaching out, you're the only one constantly texting, you're the only one constantly calling, I think it's high time to introduce Casper the Ghost. Let me use myself as an example. If I like you, I'm going to show you that I like you. I will call you out of the blue. I will text you. I will call you just to hear your voice. I will ask how you are. I'll find out how your day is. If there's a problem or there's an issue, I'll be there to try and solve them, okay?
And that's what men want. Men want women like this. They do. And men will settle for less. Reciprocation. But, young lady, if I was to ask her, where are you from? Definitely not from on this side. But I can't say that because you have someone out there in the West that are normal women. Just so hard to find.
Oh, 제발 좀. As a black woman, I hate to see this question. I hate it, but I see it all the time. And I want to tell you guys, let's not do that. We do not need validation from other races. We do not need validation from white people or Asians. We do not need validation from anybody. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. Men like pretty women. Whether you're black, purple, yellow, green, just be yourself. Just be your pretty body. And you will attract anybody. You don't need to seek validation from all Korean men because you will face racism. Not going anywhere expecting that a race likes me or has preferences for me because I know I'm black anyways, and it's so easy to get confused between racism and preferences. But girly, you don't need to ask this kind of question. Korean men like pretty women. Whether you're black or POC, Korean people will like you if you're beautiful because beauty standards are real. Korean beauty standards has nothing to do with us. We are not included. So don't worry and don't ask this kind of question. It's useless. That's it. Bye.
This girl is kind of young. She doesn't understand what's happening on a world front. Like usually guys out there, they'll try to see if they can get some. Right? You hear it all the time. She's kind of young. She's trying to keep it light, but men aren't. Korean men aren't. They're trying to get with you, and they're saying, "Oh, tonight I thought we was thought you trying to have a good time." How they talk? I thought you were trying to have a good time. No, pew, they're gone.
Nobody warns you about dating after you've had your first relationship, because this is a whole new ball game. Because when I was 18, 17, and I was first getting into dating and talking to people, like, I was talking to people who was also getting into their first relationship, never experienced love, blah blah blah. Now I'm coming in, and this is a whole new ball game. Now, when at age 20, I gotta deal with people who have had exes and who have been in love with their exes. Like, this is totally new, and now I gotta deal with ex drama, and it's just like, oh my god, like, nobody could have prepared me for this. Now, this first love theory is coming in. Like, I am now just worried about, if I do start dating somebody, they still gonna be in love with their first love. Like, and I know I'm somebody's first love. My ex, I know I'm his first love, but I don't know. It's just like, damn, like, now with the next two, like, people I'm with, I'm competing with that. Like, it's just weird. Like, oh my god, dating in 20s is hard. Nobody told me.
Used to it, right? Now, it's not someone you're directly competing with. She's kind of young, so she gets a pass. I'm not gonna go on her, but you're not directly competing with her. He may still be in love with her. If you feel it's too much, just leave him. It's not hard. It's not arithmetic. You can leave him and go find another one. You are still young. One thing I need to say, make sure you choose wisely. I repeat, make sure you choose wisely. Find yourself a guy that's smart, right? Find yourself a guy that's smart, maybe a little weird. Maybe not all the girls like him. He may be a guy that's to himself. Go find that guy. That guy may have a mission, and stick by that man. That's what I can suggest to you. But other than that, you're young. You'll be all right.
Because it's so hard to tell whether or not a person is actually there for you. And it doesn't help that we live in a day and age of social media and dating apps and all that, because it gives people the illusion that good people are replaceable. So it doesn't matter how much of a beautiful person you are, your character, things like that. Somebody will get with you and recognize all these good things in you, but they'll think, oh, but all I gotta do is go on Instagram, all I gotta do is go on Snapchat, and I can get another one of you. And then when they go and do that and they see that you're actually not replaceable, then it's like, oh, wait, let's get back together. And like, no. I just feel like people don't value that connection. And also because we have these like artificial forms of human connection, like social media and all these things, that the in-person and the like genuine deep connection, it just gets pushed to the side, because it's like, oh, well, I have a Snapchat streak with this person, or me and this person send memes all day, so that's a connection. But really it's not. Like, there is a version of human connection that is 10 times deeper and 10 times more intimate than what we're getting ourselves used to on our phones.
How do you land up in a black woman's comments? How do you see black women and care what they have to say and not keep scrolling? I told y'all, these are the type of men that either be gay or lames.
You cross the board. I don't care what you have on paper. When women operate in these areas, they diminish their value too low. Because if you really have a good argument, you should not have to shame somebody.
Because why do you need to tell me that? Like, shouldn't you be within the community that you like? It's like me saying to a black man, and this is why I only date white boys, like, that man don't care. Go tell it to a white man. It's like they want a prize. Like, oh, look here. Like, I got a white woman. I got a Latina woman. Like, okay. Okay. Then you go click their page and it's private for a reason.